All right. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Homeschool Academy. This is fourth grade science and technology, week number 22. Today, we're going to be talking about Earth's renewable resources, part one. This is going to be the first part of it. We are going to be talking about a couple of renewable resources on the Earth, describe the relevance of those renewable resources and how renewable resources are recycled in nature. So renewable resources can be things like air, the air that we breathe, okay? Can somebody breathe in for me? Hey, breathe it out. Well, that's a renewable resource. It means it comes back over time. Okay, so we don't get to deplete it. The air you breathe in, something else is going to breathe out. Okay, the air you breathe out, something else is going to breathe in. Plants, okay, that's a renewable resource as well. Water is renewable. Animals are renewable. In this lesson, we're going to focus only on air though. So the air that we breathe in contains certain gases that are required for us to survive on Earth. Those gases are things like oxygen, okay? Don't forget that. Nitrogen, okay? Carbon dioxide, okay? Hydrogen, water vapor, okay? Shows the level of humidity, and some other not too important gases, but they're there, like neon and krypton and helium and xenon. All right, but you got to remember these four, or one, two, three, four, five. These five gases: oxygen. Say it with me: oxygen. Okay, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. Those three are very important. What do we breathe in as humans? Well, we breathe in oxygen, right? And we exhale carbon dioxide. Okay, don't forget that. What about plants? Plants are going to breathe or inhale carbon dioxide, and then they exhale oxygen. Don't forget that. So it's like the reverse of it. So we take in oxygen, we give out carbon dioxide. Well, guess what? That's not going to be wasted. Plants are going to grab a hold of carbon dioxide and they are going to give us oxygen. And so the cycle goes on and on and on. So plants convert carbon dioxide to oxygen through a process called photosynthesis. That's a very important process as well. It's a process that converts the sun's energy into plants' nutrients. Okay? And 99% of the Earth's air is actually made of these two gases, nitrogen and oxygen. The air may also contain other gases from volcanic eruptions like carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. So even though we don't need those gases, some other organisms require them to survive. Okay? So as you go up in the Earth's atmosphere, air becomes thinner and the level of oxygen becomes lower. This is the reason that mountain climbers often carry oxygen with them. And also, as you go up the Earth's atmosphere, you will come across a layer that is called the ozone layer, which is made of 3 atoms of oxygen. Okay, so if somebody were to ask you what is the ozone layer, you can say it's a layer that contains 3 atoms of oxygen, which shields us from the ultraviolet radiations of the sun. And unfortunately, because we burn a lot of things, we are depleting the ozone layer on the Earth. And the ozone layer protects us from ultraviolet rays of the sun. So right now, when the sun is really hot, you want to make sure you stay in the house because it can be actually dangerous. Ultraviolet rays of the sun can be dangerous because the ozone layer is getting depleted. All right. So what's the air cycle like? The air cycle is going to be pretty much what I talked about before. Humans and animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out or exhale carbon dioxide, which is CO2. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen through a process called photosynthesis. Essentially, that's what hair cycle is all about. So if somebody were to ask you what is hair cycle, you're just going to tell them this process over here. Humans and animals breathe out oxygen and we breathe in carbon dioxide, and then the reverse process is what plants actually go through. All right. So please go ahead and turn to page number 43. You are going to see an exercise over there that you can answer to retain this content a little bit better. I want to thank you, boys and girls, for joining me today. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with Heroes Boy,